revert back to where we started in the first couple of sessions for those who were not here during that time, just for a minute. So we have re-established the reason why this knowledge is important. In any study of any sort, the student needs a motif, a central theme. We deal with the central theme of this book in relationship to why our central theme is ourselves and who we are and what we are, which are the three missing keys of our culture. We find the reasoning of that in the Bible. I got two folks here who are going to read a passage from Isaiah's oracle to Ethiopia. By the way, the concept Ethiopia is a Greek concept for the word Eopi, which means blameless. Muhammad Rasulullah was supposed to have said it, as recorded in the Hadith, to send his disciples to that land where no man is to blame, Ethiopia. That's a part of your cultural inheritance, where people were standing upright in spirit, in consciousness. And there's no mistaking about the Ethiopian being black and being holy, being spiritual, being knowledgeable, being powerful. That's important for us to re-know. I'm going to have Brother Fred, to read Isaiah chapter 18 from the King James Version, the first two verses. Woe to the land shadowing with wings, which is beyond the rivers of Ethiopia, that sends ambassadors by the sea, even in vessels of bulrush upon the waters, saying, Go ye swift messengers to a nation scattered and peeled, to a people terrible from their beginning. Hitherto a nation meted out and trodden down, whose land the rivers divide. Okay, now sister, you read now. She's reading from the same Bible. Now you read.
Alas, O land of whirring winds, which lies beyond the rivers of Cush, which sends envoys by the sea, even in Epaphras vessels on the surface of the waters, go swift messengers to a nation tall and smooth, to a people feared far and wide, a powerful and oppressive nation, whose land the rivers divide.
Same Bible, same language. The antithetical point of view about a people's image. The King James Version was translated and published in 1611. Our ancestors were picking cotton and bananas and other crops for somebody else. And in order to get their people to buy into this legitimacy of slavery, they offered them biblical evidence that we were supposed to be slaves. The Revised Standard Version was published in 1895. We were through picking cotton for nothing. We were picking it for pennies. Beyond the point of so-called Emancipation Proclamation. Therefore, they changed the verse. The Kabbalists, those who translated the Bible, Kabbalistic philosophers, of which Shakespeare was one. Understanding self-image is very key for the African in America and the African in Africa. Your brain functions by your image. Your intellect functions by your image. Your soul responds to a positive image of yourself. Richard Restek in biological psychology, the subject matter of biological psychology, in his book, The Brain, The Last Frontier, talks about the brainstem and the image in the brainstem of oneself. When you go to sleep, your brainstem clicks off and you forget what you look like and you pass out. We call it going to sleep. at the prescribed time that you've set for yourself to get up, your brain stem clicks back on your picture of what you look like. And you start seeing yourself getting up, looking for your sock, looking for your shoes, going to the bathroom, or whatever you're going to do. And not see yourself doing something, you can't get up. That's how important your image is to the function of your brain and your body. The black man is buried in a shallow grave in the east. The north is the top of your head. The south is the bottom of your feet. The west is your back. The east is the front of your body. You are in this body, your body, right behind your sternum bone. Somewhere in there, hiding, buried, which does not mean dead or gone. You bury treasures. Dogs bury bones. Put away. Hidden. That's the concept about being buried in a shallow grave in the east. So make sure I got that in. That's significant because that is the diamond in the rough. That's the jewel you're really trying to get to. That's the diamond, brother, the sister really wants. Even though she wants you to put several on her finger, that's the one she really wants. So, the 12 powers of man is depicted most accurately in the 12 glandular neuron centers in the female body that she gives to her son. She makes what the Masons say, Mother created me in 9 months in a solar system of 9 planets in a circle of 360 degrees, 3 and 6 is 9. So that we understand the geometry of God, the divine, what's called divine numeration in metaphysics, and understanding the order of the universe, that we are replicas of the universe. And look at the word so we know again what we're talking about when we say universe. That's universe. One statement, one word, one thought. That the universe is mental, and the law of mentalism in the Kibali. We live in the mind of God. Oh, we live, move, and have our being in Him. Well, we actually live and move and have our being in her. It is important to understand nature. Not the problem of the political difference between a patriotic society and a matriarchal society, but to understand the nature, because we are both male and female, made he them. But socio-culturally, for us as a people, we must give back the honor and the respect of the black woman if we are to succeed in anything. You can't abuse the first symbol of love and expect God to reward you. That don't work. Like Van Sertima said, that won't fly. Love is our key and our atonement and our karma. We have lost because we ceased to love each other as well as the rest of those that were put under our custodialship. Most of us don't know that we were dealing in slavery in Europe, white slavery, carrying Europeans into Africa. That wasn't the first venture of the African. He was coming into Europe to set the Slavs free. Then in the 10th century he reversed it, and he reversed our karma. You see? What we need to understand is not this white boy that has bested the black man. He violated his spiritual commission. His right of authority was confiscated. his right as master and master teacher was confiscated. We lost everything, including the right to be called a human being in the Western Hemisphere. No other people have fallen that low except us. But the potential to unfold as the divine family is our major project. Our major project. That's our real revolution.